Welcome to The Debate, the podcast where we get real about wealth, freedom and purpose. Today's episode is all about a topic that seems to divide everyone: passive income versus active income. I'm Mickael Brooks, and if you ask me, passive income is the key to true freedom. And I'm Second Self, here to push back, because I believe that active income, getting paid for the value you create every day, is the real path to wealth. Let's just say I'm not here to sip the passive income Kool-Aid. Well, buckle up, because I'm about to convince you otherwise. Passive income is freedom. Imagine a life where money flows to you without needing to punch a clock. A life where your wealth grows whether you're working or not. That's real independence. Independence, really? To me, that sounds like a fantasy, not a plan. Here's my issue with passive income. It's a gamble. You're betting on something that might pay off eventually. Active income gives you control, real power to shape your financial life every single day. That's freedom to me. Or is it just a treadmill you're stuck on? You're still trading hours for dollars. Passive income lets you build something that earns even when you're off the clock. Isn't that the dream? It might be the dream, but it's not reality for most people. Let's get into this. All right, let's lay it out. Active income is where you put in work, time, and effort and get paid in return. Think of it like filling up buckets of water from a well. You work for every drop you get, and when you stop filling, the water stops flowing. Exactly. But let's get real about passive income, because people seem to think it's just money falling from the sky. Passive income is more like planting crops. You till the soil, plant the seeds, water, fertilize, and then you sit back and hope it rains. If that's freedom, it's a risky kind. Oh, come on. Passive income is about setting up streams that can sustain you without constant effort. You may plant those seeds, yes, but once they grow, they keep producing season after season. Imagine owning a rental property. You're not hammering nails every day, but the rent keeps coming in. That's freedom. But how realistic is that for the average person? Let's take your example of rental income. How many people have the cash to buy a property up front? And even if they do, they're dealing with tenants who might damage the place, repairs that cost thousands. Tell me where the passive is in that. Sure, there are costs, but you're building an asset that works for you. Compare that to a job where the second you stop showing up, your income vanishes. Passive income isn't about instant results. It's about building a system that pays off over time. And that's my issue, over time. That's the problem with passive income. It takes ages to build up. I'd rather see direct returns from my effort. Imagine a chef working their craft, building a reputation, charging more because of the value they bring. That's real power, not some vague eventual payoff. All right, Mickael, let's get into the challenges. Passive income sounds easy in theory, but in reality, it's loaded with risks. Let's go back to your rental property idea. What happens in an economic downturn? Suddenly your tenants can't pay, or your property value tanks. Your passive income becomes a financial nightmare. Meanwhile, I could be working, adapting, making sure I'm still earning. Oh, please, are we forgetting that active income is no guarantee either? You could lose your job, your client base could dry up, and suddenly your income stops cold. At least with passive income, I've got something to fall back on, an asset that still has value. But that asset's value can disappear too. You're treating passive income like a magic wand, but in reality, it's one of the riskiest ways to earn. With active income, you're driving. You're in the pilot's seat, steering your way to income. You're not just hoping your investments or tenants don't leave you high and dry. Oh, come on. Passive income isn't just hoping. It's about strategy. You're diversifying, building multiple income sources that work together. Maybe one source dips, but the others can carry you through. That's the beauty. You're not dependent on one paycheck. Strategy or not, it's a gamble. With active income, you're building security on your terms. You don't need the perfect market conditions or the right tenants. You're creating value every day, controlling your path. That's empowerment, not just sitting around waiting. Here's what I love about active income. The results are immediate, tangible, and in my control. Imagine a skilled photographer who books clients, gets paid, builds a portfolio, raises their rates. Their skill creates real, measurable value, and they see the fruits of their labour right away. They're building wealth with every click of the camera. But that's the problem. You're only paid for the hours you work. Passive income means you're setting up wealth that doesn't require you to be present every moment. Imagine a writer who publishes a book. That book sells copies every month. Royalties keep flowing in, and they're free to start other projects without losing their income. But not every book sells. We both know tons of authors who barely break even. With active income, at least you know where you stand. And don't forget, you can scale active income. A consultant can take on more clients. A freelancer can charge higher rates. It's not capped as long as you're creating value. And yet, you're still in a cycle. You stop consulting, you stop earning. That book, that rental property, that's a foundation you can keep building on. You don't have to stay in the grind forever. Maybe, but there's fulfillment in that grind. When you're working actively, you're connected to the value you're bringing every day. Passive income feels detached. It's not about the work anymore, it's just about waiting for the money. How satisfying is that? So what if we didn't have to choose? What if the best approach is using active income to build a foundation, then investing in passive streams over time? You get the stability of active with the freedom of passive. But here's the issue with that middle ground. You end up half committed to both. If you're putting energy into both, are you really building momentum in either? I say go all in on one. Master your skill. Maximize your active income. Then maybe later think about passive options. But isn't that narrow? Why put all your eggs in one basket? By combining both, you're setting up layers of security. Say your active income dips 1 month. You've got a passive stream backing you up. It's a safety net. Or it's a distraction. You're juggling too many things and not truly building depth in either. Passive income can come later. Why rush? Build up something solid with active income. Then, if you've got the resources, go for passive. But don't half invest in both and end up with lukewarm results. Lukewarm results? I'd argue that layering income sources is exactly how you create resilience. You're not putting everything in one place. Passive income is the long game, and if you're strategic, it will pay off. Maybe not overnight, but isn't that worth the wait? All right, listeners, you've heard it. If you're with me, focus on active income, build something you're proud of, something tangible. Invest in your skills, take control, and drive your path. Don't get lost in the passive income hype. And if you're with me, remember this. Active income is essential, yes. But passive income is the ultimate goal. Start building those passive streams, whether it's investments, digital products, or real estate. Even small streams add up over time. Or maybe start with active income, building that solid foundation first. Then let passive income come in naturally once you're ready. Focus on mastering one stream before jumping into the next. Trying to juggle both too soon can leave you stretched thin, chasing two goals without truly achieving either. Remember, wealth is a journey, not a sprint, and there's no one-size-fits-all answer. Find your pace, prioritize what aligns with your strengths and goals, and take it step by step. Your financial journey is yours to create, and every choice builds toward that freedom you're aiming for. So keep learning, stay focused, and remember, the path to wealth is a marathon, not a race. Until next time, keep your eyes on the horizon and your steps steady. Or start small with both, because there's no harm in layering security and building a future that isn't bound by hours worked. All right, we'll agree to disagree, but what about you, listeners? Are you team active or team passive? Let us know in the comments. We genuinely want to hear your opinions. What resonates more with you? Are you all about the hustle and direct rewards of active income, or are you drawn to the idea of building something that earns while you sleep? Share your thoughts, your experiences, and even your questions. And hey, if you've tried both, tell us what worked, what didn't, or which side you're leaning towards now. Jump into the debate. Your insights could even inspire our next episode. So go ahead, hit that comment button, and let's keep this conversation going. Thanks for tuning in. Join us next week for another deep dive into financial freedom, purpose, and building wealth your way. Until then, keep questioning, stay inspired, and remember, the choice is yours.